Hello everyone and welcome to another Pokemon Trading Card Game live video. My name is Jamie and today we'll be looking at a new series which is taking a look at some of the decks that featured at the Pokemon World Championships in 2025. Just before we do go into the video though, if you do like some of the content and you want to see some more content related to the Pokemon Trading Card Game, as always, be sure to hit that subscribe button and of course like this video, that would be great. So yeah, as mentioned, it is a relatively newish series. We're going to be taking a look at some of the decks that have featured at the Pokemon World Championships, starting with the first place deck, which is Gardevoir, which of course is no surprise. What is a surprise though is it didn't run Jellicent EX. That was a little bit of a surprise to me. But let's have a look at the main card of the deck. So this is Gardevoir EX, Stage 2, 310 HP, a Psychic type, and of course has this ability here, Psychic Embrace. So as often as you like, during your turn, you can attach a Psychic Energy or a Psychic Energy card from your discard pile to one of your Psychic Pokemon. Then of course you do put the damage counters on that Pokemon. You put 2 damage counters onto that Pokemon, and then of course it has this attack here, which is a Miracle Force, 190 for 2 Psychic and a Colorless. And this Pokemon recovers from all special conditions. So that is Gardevoir. So the idea is to utilize its ability here, and then we power up other Pokemon in the deck. So, of course, we are putting damage counters on our Pokemon. That can be a good thing, or it can be a bad thing. In this case, you kind of generally want to put damage counters on your Pokemon, because you are running a high line of Monkey Dory here. So for its ability here, when we have a Darkness Energy attached to it, we can move up to 3 damage counters from this Pokemon onto our opponent's Pokemon. So that's also really good. So that is the idea. And of course, we can also utilize here Screamtail for Roaring Scream. So this attack does 20 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. For each damage counter this Pokemon has on it, so you can probably see here what's going on. So of course we put 4 energy onto our Screamtail there. That's 80 damage, 20 times. That's of course 160 damage. That's the idea. And yeah, there are ways of kind of bumping that up as well within the deck. So but that is the basic idea, the basic concept. And other Pokemon, of course, interestingly runs a Flutter Mane. So some people prefer Flutter Mane, other people prefer Klefki. In this case, the first place deck played a Flutter Mane for this Midnight Fluttering ability, which blocks abilities in our opponent's active spot as well. So that's why that is in there as well. Of course, you do have this attack here if you do want to use it. Hexacle, which does 90 damage. And then you can also put 2 damage counters on your opponent's bench Pokemon in any way you like. So that is worth noting that you do have that attack as well. Other Pokemon in the deck, so Pheasantipity there for Flip the Script, of course. 1 Mew EX there, you've got that for Restart. So, and you also have here as well a Clefairy EX or a Lily's Clefairy EX. And that is predominantly just for Fairy Zone. So Full Moon Rondo is actually not a bad attack as well. So we do we can get some damage off with that. But it's mostly there for Fairy Zone. So just to make the Dragapult matchup very much in our favor. So that's the Pokemon line. Let's have a look at the trainers. What trainer cards did they run? Well, of course, you've got there the 4 Research, 4 Iono, 2 Arven in there. Only 2 Red Candy, as there are only 2 Gardevoir in there. So Counter Catchers, Night Stretchers. The A-Spec of choice here is Secret Box, so it kind of makes sense. We can ditch cards from our hand, and then we can, like Energy for instance, and then of course we can search our deck for tool cards, supporter cards, stadium cards, item cards, etc, etc. So 3 Earthen Vessel, obviously very, very important, and you can also search it out with Arven as well, and that way we can get our Dark Energy, and also if we have here as well 4 Ultra Ball as well, we can also use Earthen Vessel, grab, I don't know, 2 Psychic Energy for instance, and Ultra Ball those away into the discard pile and get something out as well from that. So that is the idea behind that. Pretty standard. So going for second as well, if you are going second, Techno Machine Evolution is also really, really good in this deck. So it allows you to evolve your Pokemon and set up much quicker. That is, of course, searchable with Arven. 1 TM Devolution here as well. So predominantly speaking, if a Pokemon is a Stage 2, it's got some damage counters on it, you can also de-evolve their Pokemon and knock it out depending on how much damage counters it has. And of course, what the Stage 1 or the basic form, how much HP that has. So 2 Artists on there, and of course 1 Bravery Charm. Bravery Charm is very, very good with things like Screamtail, for instance. With Screamtail you can get that damage even higher, which is also really, really good. So yeah. And of course just the 1 Super Rod. So that is the trainer line there. And then, of course, energy looks a little bit like this. So 7 psychic energy and 4 darkness energy there. There's 4 monkey dory, 4 energy. That makes sense, so we can utilize its ability as often or as frequently as possible. So yeah, really no surprise this deck won the World Championships. Although, again, what is a surprise is it didn't run Jellicent EX there. But perhaps maybe the idea there is just more about consistency. Making sure you get your setup more often than not. Sometimes I do find Jellicent to be a little bit clunky, so maybe that was the idea. Does look very, very suspectable, or like has a very vulnerable, so to say, to dark decks there as well. So be interested to check back the stream and see if they played against any dark matchups, because I imagine that would have been very popular over the course of the weekend. But that is the deck, and that's the idea. Let's go play a game with it, and of course see how it plays out. Okay, let's see. If we can choose it, we can choose. They called it wrong. Let's say yes. We do want to go first. We rely on evolution, so it makes sense. Okay, low Monkey Dory. We do have Ultra Ball in hand. We can also get a Rolls out as well, so that's good. That's all we need. All right. Oh, okay. Interesting. Interesting. We'll be see how this goes. So let's Ultra Ball those two. I'm gonna get some energy into the discard pile. Do they rely on abilities? I don't think that they do, at least on their active spot. Their active Pokemon anyway. So let's get a Rolls out. We'll just stick a energy there. So next time what we can do is stick an energy, psychic energy, then retreat that manually. There we've got Night Stretcher in hand for that reason. Cool. I think that's done. Not too much more we can do there. So we can Iona next turn. We can also Arven as well. Cool, okay. Another energy. Okay, we could attach the energy. I mean, that's what I didn't want another psychic energy there, so we're going to retreat that. Let's see, they didn't really do too much, and they had an option to use a supporter card as well. So let's just Arven. Secret box. District from hand. We can also take Team Evolution. We'll just take that. Cool. That's fine. We'll Secret box there. We'll get rid of. Yeah, and we'll get rid of the dark for now. Let's go with Artisan. We don't really need a devolution, I don't think. An item card for now. Maybe another another Nest Ball there. Or we could also take Earthen Vessel. That's a good shout. And we go grab that. 2 energy from deck. Stick out Arts on there. We can attach one for turn, just to retreat it, and later attach that in case we want to evolve. Arts on there. Let's grab another. Let's go with Monkey Dory there. Actually, do we? No, we would just get a Rolls. Get that Guardy set up, and we use Arven, of course. We can't use research this time, but we can evolve. I probably should have done a deck check to see if we have 2 Cuddies in there, but fortunately we do. That's okay. And next turn what we can do is use the Psychic to retreat with. Or if this goes down as well, I'll have also the Psychic in discard as well, so that's also fine. Cool. I forgot how much HP Ceruledge has. I think it's like 280. I believe it's around 280 on her. We'll see now. Oh no, okay. Okay, there's a Nippity, so okay, cool. Not bad. We can Nest Ball, Bravery Charm. Yeah, we can go pretty offensively. I think this actually is not a bad hand, actually. I think I quite like this hand. We can get Gardy out. All right, we'll take that. We'll take... Oh, there's Gardy. Nice. Let's Nest Ball then. Let's grab ourselves a Scream Tail. Do we need the Bravery Charm at the moment? I don't think so. We can get... Yeah, no, we don't need to stick it on anything right now. Cool. Alright, we'll just do that. Those two for now. We don't really need them. And we'll grab... Oops. Another Gardevoir. Alright, I think we have to push anyway, so that's fine. We'll just stick it on there. Research. Cool. That's fine. Let's grab two there. Let's grab another. Cool. Munkidori there. Cool. Okay, pretty good setup. I like it. Pretty good setup. Okay, we've got one dark in discard. We'll just retreat that for now. Get rid of the... Cool. The question becomes here, what do we target? Let's use Psychic Embrace. Go on. There we go. That's 120 damage. Yeah, we'll go one more. Why not? Alright, can we get a knockout on anything right now? Let's move some damage. We've got one there. We can stick 30 to somewhere. Why not? 30. Let's bump that on to... We're going to hit the Munkidori. And we'll go 30 there. Ultra Ball. This is a long turn. Alright, Ultra Ball. What do we want here? Maybe another Guardian. We've got two Guardian play. Another Munkidori. I guess why not? So one by one we'll get the energy down. Psychic Embrace there. So we do 100 damage there. So that's 140. Cool. That's enough. Cool. Let's Roaring Scream. And let's get rid of the Munkidori. There we go. So we do get Pokemon like quite to the limit, I would say, with this deck. So the last thing we need is a Munkidori, like manipulating damage there, and then just knocking out a Pokemon, and then they still get an attack at the same turn. So always good to get rid of it. It is quite a threat. Research. Okay. Oh wow. Look at that hand. So Roulage. I was close. 270. Pretty close with that. So, all right. 270. We'll see how much damage they're hitting for as well. So, I'm wondering, can we get numbers? And I think we can't. But 270. We're gonna hit. I'm just thinking if we move damage over. I don't know. Maybe two-shot it. That's also fine. 210. Okay, not bad. Not in one-shot range. That's fine. All the energy goes to this card pile. That's okay. So let's stick a Munkidori active for the moment. We can retreat it later on. That's fine. Cool. We can Night Stretcher back this Scream Tail if we want to, or we just go aggro Gardevoir. That could also be the play. Alright. Let's take one on Munkidori. We could also use, just say Mind Bend, 60 damage, 61. Yeah, cool. That's also another play as well. Use Mind Bend, get that down to 210. 210 plus Guardy damage, and then Munkidori as well. That could also be a knockout. That's another play. Yeah, that could also be another play. What's just one sec? What's in hand? Do we have access to? We do have another Dark Energy. Okay. All right. There we go. It's 40. Alright, we'll stick some energy onto Gardy as well. Cool. All right. Let's see. We've got that in hand. Let's use a Monkidori there. Let's move. Actually, probably should have used that on the Gardevoir instead. Get that off the Gardy instead of using it on Monkidori, but doesn't matter. There we go. Let's knock out that Charcadet there. So that puts the prize map kind of in our favor there, so we can get an EX knockout. There's another one there we can't attach for this time anyway. Cool, that's fine. Anything else we want to do there? We can also use support card. We haven't used support card yet. Do we want to Screamtails in there? If we retreated this, Screamtail retreated this, knock out the last Charcadet, then it just leaves us with this one Ceruledge left. But that's 3, 4. Alright, let's just go with the initial plan. Let's just use Mind Bend there. Alright, and not forgetting as well that if they flip tails and they do damage themselves, then that's also a positive, because I believe that puts us into range as well with Gardevoir. Let's see. We can also get the Monkidori back, stick a Psychic in, a Dark Energy to it as well. So I think we're looking alright. We're looking pretty good. So yeah, this really forces them to actually, if they don't want to take the, okay, this is going to be interesting. Did we use Super Rod? Don't remember if we did. We did not. Okay, that's fine. Cool. So the problem is this is going to start to become more and more in one-shot range as they're ditching more and more energy, which that does become a little bit problematic. So it means we have to start making sure we're getting knockouts every turn, or at least disrupting their setup. So it's another Ceruledge there. So yeah, perhaps this Monkidori is the way to go. Maybe just let's see. If they get a tails here, and they hit themselves with confusion, that's really big. Let's see. I don't even know if they've got one shot here. I believe they have. I'm just going to assume they have. Plus 30 more, right? Yes, it's 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Oh, actually, okay, went through. Is that knockout? I don't know. 290. Okay. Oh no! Wow, we survived by 10. Okay. Survived by 10 damage. Right. Okay. 300 damage. They're doing two. Okay, they did 280 damage there. So the play here is they've got how much damage there? They've got 210. Yeah. Okay, that's pretty straightforward there. So let's retreat. I have another Monkidori on the bench though. That's fine. There's only one Monkidori. They have no energy on it. That's also good. Let's stick an energy. So we've got 3 here. 1, 2, 3 as we do. That's fine. Okay. So Psychic Embrace. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. 60 damage there. So we don't need any more. Cool. Let's move that. So we've got 60, 61, 90 to 60. So we're just missing. Let's do that, and that puts that in one-shot range. There we go. Cool. And then we can just move the rest of the damage off to the other Ceruledge. That will try and get that into one-shot range. I've got 5 prizes. We've got 4. Okay, cool. Nice. Put that. Try and get that into range there with the Monkidoris. Cool. Anything in discard pile? No, that's fine. Cool. Okay. Could also go down the route of Clefairy maybe, but that's also fine. There we go. We can also get. We just keep that for the moment. 190. There we go. So we just need now another knockout. So it really puts pressure on them. Did they have an energy on that Ceruledge? I can't really see. They do. Okay, that's fine. But with the amount of damage that we have on this Gardevoir here, this one on the bench, we could probably get that into one-shot range and knock out that Ceruledge in the active spot. So I don't really know what they can do here. One Monkey Dory, they can attach one Dark Energy to it if they have the Dark Energy. Okay, Charcadet, okay. I think we're looking pretty good, like we've got this. Let's see. Research any more fire energy, no more fire energy. They didn't interestingly use Palpad. I thought they would have done. Do they have any bosses in there? Okay, they did get the energy. Okay, move that off. Put them to. They can't knock out the Guardy anyway. It's 10 short. It's fine. The question is, are they one-shotting our active spot? I don't know how many energy they've got there. 30 plus. I don't know. I think they did what, 290 before, or was it 280? I think they did. So I think they need one more energy if they have it. 2 cards in deck. Wow. 330. Okay, that's knockout. That's fine. I believe we've got this. There we go. Let's put Guardy active. Yeah, I believe we've got this. Could we deck them out? No, we can't deck them out because they would draw 3. Okay, well, let's Night Stretcher anyway. Let's grab ourselves a Dark Energy there. There we go. Let's just move all this damage off, or as much of it as we can on this Guardy. Move it off to this. One by one. Let's get through this properly. Move that. Look how much damage we're putting onto this Ceruledge here. There we go. One by one. Move the damage off. 4 Monkey Dory in play. Look at that. Look at that. So let's move that onto here. Cool. And now all we have to do is we just Psychic Embrace. 1, 2. And finally, the last one. There we go. That's enough. Cool. And then Miracle Force 190. That is a knockout. And that is the game. So cool. Very, very consistent deck. I do like the idea of just using loads of Monkey Dory just to try and maintain that damage off. And of course, putting things into range as well. That's also a pretty big deal. As you can see, we can hit 190, but just having 1 Monkey Dory just gets us into that range, especially when we've taken a couple of hits as well. So really interesting concept. I would be interested to go and watch the matches from this deck as well to see how it coped against decks like Charizard and Zoroark as well. Because I did see some of those featured in the top 8 as well. So that will be very interesting to go and watch. But let me know what you think of the deck, guys. Anyway, this is the list taken from the World Championships. This is the winners list of the first place. I'll leave the list in the description box below so you guys can go check it out and let me know what you think of the deck. But if you do like this type of content and you want to see some more content related to the Pokemon Trading Card game, as always, be sure to hit that subscribe button and, of course, like this video. That would be great. But otherwise, guys, there you pretty much have it. That was the first place deck from the Pokemon World Championships this weekend just gone. So thank you very much for watching and see you all in the next one.